What I really loved about it was everyone coming together and pretty much having a conversation about what needs to be spoken about when it comes to cultural diversity and particularly Asian leadership as well.
The government's actually set aside, if you read in the press recently, $1.1 billion over the next 4 years to actually fund businesses around innovation and research. And I'm also proud, being part of Westpac, that Westpac is also playing a big role in fostering innovation.
This is, as you can see, the second Asian Australian Leadership Conversation series. As Jung also said, we need your input to make this a success. And I would like just to take about 5 minutes to probably go over some of the territory that Jung has already said, but just want to reiterate some points. We will be discussing very topical issues around the idea of our innovation nation and the importance of cultural diversity. And Jung also introduced me, but now you can actually see my face, and I feel like I should introduce myself for those of you who don't recognise me, and I'm just having a look around if I can see who you are. Shame on you, because SBS has given me the night off to be here, to step out from behind the news desk, and I think it's a testament to, not that I want to harp on about SBS too much tonight, but I think a testament to how important these sort of topics are for my broadcaster, which is an innovator when it comes to broadcasting.
My business is very much based on innovation, obviously being a design firm. I can only speak personally, obviously. I don't think I'd be sitting here today if I didn't understand from a very early age that if I didn't innovate, I would have no business. So it's incredibly important. And my list of awards was read out and it was rather embarrassing, but I was able to achieve a lot at a young age without having much formal training, just because I did understand that I needed to be different, and that's what sort of hopefully set us apart.
I'm an Australian-born Chinese, or a banana, to put it a bit more crudely, yellow on the outside, white on the inside. And I feel myself more as Australian, but I also feel different to my, I guess, white friends. And so there's some subtle differences, and I think growing up with, I guess, a bit of a mixed culture has also affected many people's views on what leadership is.
We had a big hackathon the other day. For people who don't know hackathons, it's like you get groups of people together, work on innovative type problems, and it was all around blockchain, the new technology set that people are talking about. The team that won was a semi-professional team that are almost at the point of a startup, so they had an advantage. The team that came second was a team of young graduates, all under the age of 26. 9 of them, mixed male-female, mix of background in terms of Indian, Chinese, different ASEAN countries, Caucasian, and very introverted in terms of their background and things they went. This team came second and won the People's Vote Award, and just how they brought the whole thing together. So in my mind, that reinforces we have to be careful and respectful of everything we've learned in the past, but we have to recognise it's changing as well, and have to empower people to actually think and work. And I think that whole concept of networking and how youth naturally does it is in our favour. And those of us who have got the privilege to be in leadership positions have to free that up rather than sustain it. If that means people like me have to get really uncomfortable that I'm now working in a network and not a hierarchy, and therefore I am not the boss, I'm just part of that, that's a challenge. But it's actually, the reward is amazing. You see this group of young kids who are like 2 or 3 years out of university coming up with ideas that I sat back and just went, wish I'd thought of that. That is just brilliant. And so that's what I think the challenge is for large companies, to get over that old mentality and get up with what's going on in the day.
This was actually my first conversation that I went to. It wasn't at the previous one, and I think especially you come in as a first starter in a new organisation, especially because Asian background, right? It's actually nice to see that an organisation such as Westpac, that's huge, they actually put a focus on issues like this. You don't talk about it day to day, right? I mean, yeah, you notice a lot of Asians in the workplace, but you don't talk about the systemic issues, is there a struggle behind promotions, leadership positions, and what's actually the view of the wider organisation on that. So it was a good perspective for me, and it gives me more, I guess, confidence in the organisation that there is this underlying thought behind decisions such as these.